Minister for Stats, and now Travis Posnahosky to take us away. Pozza, off you go, mate.
So umpires change sides to which the ball will be bounced, and Roxburgh Park again will get the clearance, but McKercher takes the mark as he's done all day in defence for Hadfield. Not a great kick, it's low. It still finds a target. I think that might have been a throw. The umpire said play on. Omagosho runs into 40. That is a fantastic start for Roxburgh Park as they kick their 6th of the afternoon. They move to 6-1-37 and they'll take back the lead. Hadfield 4-8-32. That took less than a minute for Roxburgh Park to get their first of the quarter.
Great start to the quarter there from Roxy. They just got the ball out. Hadfield were being too fancy again, and the turnover came and a great goal.
So Sprouts, how many seconds did that go? No, I'm only kidding. We'll give you the reprieve there. What's the score there?
We've got 6-1-37. Sorry, 6-1-37. Roxburgh Park to 4-8-32 Hadfield.
Tumbling ball inside 50. Very strong is Dimichi. Kicks up towards the hot spot. Where's Walker? He's at the back of this one. And a little tap on there from his teammate, and the umpire saying out of play, boundary throw in. So they're already inside 50 for the second time this quarter, Roxburgh Park, and Capuano and Walker around the footy. Capuano's been very good today already. Little tap down, Harley short, roved it well, flicked a handball out the back, Douse through traffic, handballs, finds a teammate, Dimich into the corridor, and then Vocal got involved. Hadfield not quite out of trouble, tumbling ball outside 50, Margariti couldn't get low enough and it spills out in front of him. Numbers ascendancy here with Hadfield. Rash with a clever handball, Vocal, they link up and then Colitis is tackled and dispossessed, and a good tackle, as you said, Pozza, and Roxburgh Park with a chance to go back inside 50.
So Roxburgh Park, they've got the ball centre wing inside 50. Capuano over the top. Mary through his hands. Walker busts through two. Centres the ball. It's smothered. Brilliantly done there by Hadfield. And that was Sam Nazra. And they're going to turn it over again. McAuliffe will take the mark inside the centre square. On his left, a bit of a shank. And it's going to be another turnover. Hadfield under a bit of pressure in their defence, runs his full measure, sends it along the wing. Sheeny, he's looking to spoil, but he stayed down, got the crumbs, handballed it too fiercely, went back after it. Good tackle there by Roxburgh Park, but Hadfield still get the ball forward. And now Roxburgh Park will get the clearance, and it'll go to Casa, who has a field in front of him and plenty of room, and he sends it forward. And that looks like it's Thomas Dowse who's taken the mark about 50 metres out.
Wheels around, goes onto the left foot. It's a deep penetrating kick. Capuano stands underneath, and he takes a strong mark in front of the home crowd. Kappa, the man that kept them in the game in the second quarter, can go back and line up goal number 3.
He did well there. He actually looked like he jumped a bit too early, and his arms were up for quite some time, but he was able to hold on to it, and interesting shot on goal. We hopefully go back and slot his third.
Inspector Gadget-like arms there.
In he comes, Capuano. The angle is just worse than 45 degrees. He stabs at the pin, but he slots it all the same, and Roxburgh Park kick clear. Luke Capuano kicks goal number 3. Sprouts, what's the score?
7-1-43 plays 4-8-32.
Great stuff from you, as always, Sprouts. Claire Bafaldi-Varley is on the boundary, and we know that she is currently leading the tips in the record, and that's why she's attained the nickname Claire Bafaldi, undefeated so far this season. Who did you tip in this one, Claire?
I actually tipped Hadfield, although I've gone Roxburgh Park for most of the season, but I really thought that Hadfield would pull it out today.
Well, they still might. It's been the scoring ascendancy to the clubhouse end. They've kicked 2 goals this quarter. Hadfield yet to score, and that is the margin 11 points.
Rush gets that clearance for Hadfield, and now running inside 50. Alex Colitis is tackled, and umpire's called high. He plays on immediately, back to Rush, sends it inside 50. It's a high ball, sitting underneath it, and taking a good mark there was McKinnon for Roxburgh Park. They'll send it out wide and take it over to the scoreboard side. Now on centre wing, and over the top there of his teammate. Good tackle, good follow-up, and could almost be pinned for holding the ball. The umpire says no, throw it in. And that will take place in front of the Roxburgh Park bench. We've travelled about 4.5 minutes in this third quarter.
Adam Russell's going around the grounds.
Yeah, just before we go through some of the scores, we do have another late game. It's out at Hillside, their game against Taylor's Lakes. There was an ambulance at the ground during the first quarter, so we hope everything is all right down at Hillside. But
and thanks to Dave McWilliam going, we may finish this round before Christmas. Thank you, Dave.
Obviously, West Coburg and Avondale Heights our other late game, but we'll when we get a chance, we'll run through some around the ground scores. Dave Kennedy.
Rush, taken high. Umpire says play on, advantage Hadfield. Now the kick up towards Gray. Can he take the mark? Tried to out-position Margariti in the end. John Austin through traffic, did very well. Kicked up towards centre half forward. Capuano up to meet it, couldn't quite. Spills down towards Stone. He couldn't quite take it either. There's bodies going in everywhere. Everyone trying to lock the footy up. Ferris Mary through traffic. He couldn't quite gather. Now a chance on the Grosso. He's so clever in these situations. Lost the footy. Handball over the top was awkward. Capuano couldn't quite pick it up. Kept it in front of himself. Capuano gathers. Bernardo hits the post. Almost incredible. Almost brilliant from Capuano.
7-2-44, post 4-8-32.
And Hadfield bringing that one in just a bit too quickly. Umpire hadn't even signalled it behind there, and they'll have to bring it back.
Adam Russell around the grounds.
We'll start in Division 1, thank you, David. We've got Hillside trailing Taylor's Lakes 4-4, 28 to 6-5, 41. Oak Park leading Craigieburn. Craigieburn down to 2 on the bench, we hear from their Twitter. Oak Park leading 6-9, 45 to Craigieburn's 3-3, 21. Duda Stars lead Glenroy 7-4, 46 to Glenroy's 4-3, 27. And Tullamarine trailing against West Meadows 3-3, 21 to 7-5, 47.
Has gone out of play, so that gives you a chance to go through some more scores if we've got them.
Yeah, div 2 quickly. We got Jacana and massive blowout against Moonee Valley. We thought it might have been a close one, but they're 11-5, 71 to Moonee Valley's 2-3, 15. Coburg Districts at 3/4 time are leading 22-5, 137 to Burnside Heights 5 behinds. They are the early game, so it is 3/4 time there. East Sunbury leading Keilor Park in another game that we thought might have been close. That's 6-8, 44 to Keilor Park's 3-5, 23. And our game here, obviously at half time, it was Hadfield leading 4-8, 32 to Roxburgh Park's 5-1, 31.
Massive implications for Craigieburn there. Massive.
Hadfield inside 50 now. It's with Vocali and centres it up beautifully and finds his teammate there. And it looks like that is Harry Walker who's got the ball. He's going to have a shot on goal. Passes it off to Rush, runs on from 50, sends it, it's long, it's wide, and it's out of bounds on the full as well. So Roxburgh Park will get a reprieve and go long to... Oh no, sorry, someone was there. I didn't think anyone had taken the mark then. So Roxburgh Park now on the scoreboard side of the ground, on the wing. A good spoil there, but Roxburgh Park will come out of it. Send it forward inside 50, looking for his teammate, he's found him. That's Thomas Dowse. Now, turns around, Capuano sits under it, he's got 2 to beat, pushed under it. The umpire's going to pay a free kick for in the back. It was a bit too obvious there by Joshua Borg. Just put the 2 hands and pushed him under the ball a bit too easily. Capuano from the boundary line centres it up. And the ball is dropped there by Verga. Now has to get it out because he's in a bit of trouble. But the umpire will ball it up. We're about 30 metres out from Roxburgh Park's goal.
Just quickly, a Premier result. I'm not sure if I touched on it, but again, that had massive implications. Keilor and Strathmore. Keilor leading 8-3, 51 to Strathmore's 4-5, 29.
Holding the ball, free kick from that stoppage, and a free kick is going to go to Kerslake from Roxburgh Park, who's possibly within scoring range at the moment. So at the moment the scoreboard saying 7-2-33 to 4-8-32. That's not the correct score, but Roxburgh Park can certainly extend their margin with a straight kick. It's a high up and under. Dowse was pushed out of it, and the umpire says push in the back. The home crowd is delighted. Thomas Dowse can go back and put Roxburgh Park further in front. Well, can you believe this? Ferris Mary, he's been so good for Hadfield all day. He just gave a bit of a shove. In comes Dowse. Hasn't kicked a goal until now. He bangs it through Roxburgh Park. The Magpies are flying at the moment, and they extend their margin.
8-2-50 leads 4-8-32. That margin out to 18 points. Travis Poston-Hosky.
Yeah, good play there. They got it inside, but Mary didn't need to do that. They had 2-on-1 in that contest. Just an unnecessary free kick to give away there by Hadfield.
And we may see another undefeated team go down the way Roxburgh Park are playing this game at the moment. Hadfield are just continually turning the ball over, continually just bombing inside 50, and their ball use is ordinary at best.
Back in the middle of the ground, umpire will come in to ball it up. Ferris Mary in the ruck for Hadfield. He's been dominating today in the hit-outs, and he just punches that one forward. But it's going to be Roxburgh Park through Kerslake who will get the clearance, send it wide. Can't take the mark there. The umpire's found a free kick. It may have been for holding on to Blackley. He'll play on immediately. Roxburgh Park send it forward once again. Verga there, couldn't take the mark. Good hands there. And Omagrossi from the boundary line. He's kicked one there from there today. Sends it inside
Down
50.
field.
There's been a down. No, out of bounds.
Sorry, out of bounds.
So it'll be taken back to about the 45 metre mark, and it'll be a boundary throw in there inside Roxburgh Park's forward line.
As we wait for the ball to travel back, we've got a full-time result in Strathmore Community Bank Division 2. Very far ahead, Coburg Districts and Burnside Heights, but it's Districts getting the win. 28-10, 178 to Burnside Heights 25-17. So
They can listen to the second half on the radio now on Northwest FM team app as well, as the ball's brought back into play, and another stoppage at half forward there for Roxburgh Park.
And good to see Roxburgh Park had 98.9 Northwest FM on in the club room, so I was buying a hot dog and I could hear your dulcet tones, Dave.
Geez, are we that delayed, are we? As that's brought in for Carl up the line. No mark is taken there, and a couple of players squabbling over the footy, and it's close to the boundary line. In the end, it's out of play in front of Alex Kalidas. Quick score check, Adam Russell at our venue.
it is 8-2-50. Roxburgh Park leading Hadfield for 8-32 with 11 minutes ticked over.
Adrian Jamison, what is a margin that is what margin is Hadfield capable of pegging back in the last quarter?
Well, we've seen from the results this year they can pretty much get anything, but it's still not enough. I mean, you can see the class Hadfield have, the run that they've got, but Roxy probably would want another 3 or 4 goals maybe to be confident going into the last.
McKinnon took a good defensive mark there. That's been a great move, hasn't it? Him to the back line, and now already Roxburgh Park with movement forward. Ben Stone kicks inside 50. Walker caught behind once again. Down. That's a great tackle, and it's going to be holding the ball and a free kick to Jaden Walker. That's the stuff that lifts teams.
Great tackle there. He's been quiet since that first quarter, but that could be the lift that he needs. He'll go back and try and slot his third for the afternoon.
And he'd be wrapped as a coach with that. He was behind. He just knew he had him, and he laid the perfect tackle, because those sort of tackles, it's quite easily to get into your opponent's back, but he laid the perfect tackle.
Sam Nazra, the man that he caught, stands the mark. 45 out from goal. Jaden Walker kicks from right on the 50. Paintwork. It's drifting to the left though, and it's just a minus score, but maybe the old handy point. 19 points the margin now.
Hadfield will bring it in. 19 points adrift of Roxburgh Park, undefeated this season. The kick comes in, and it looks like Capuano over the top. Probably should have gone the spoil, because Rash was strong in front. He took the mark. He's got numbers forward. If he wants them, he holds on to it, looking around, and now will send it down the line. It's wide. It's too wide. It's on the full. He's hit his bench, and Roxburgh Park will get the free kick and send it forward once again. And Dave's man Margariti hasn't been called too often today. Has the free kick right in front of the Hadfield bench. He sends it long down the line. Walker will contest. It goes over the top. He'll get a free kick for holding on. He'll take it. He'll want to move it quickly. He's got a man in the goal square calling for it. That's where he goes. He goes too long and too wide and through for another minor. And that moves Roxburgh Park, Adam, to
8-4-52, leading Hadfield for 8-32.
Margin 20 points. Hadfield to bring this one back in. Ferris Mary is calling for it long. The kick goes longer still, and they all fly. McKinnon went up, came down without the footy. Hadfield win the clearing kick up towards centre wing. Off hands. Austin claimed the mark, kept on running, turned his opponent, kicked up towards Walker. He was out-positioned on that occasion. Good, great work there from Naidu, and Naidu at ground level taps it out, but then Hadfield now with numbers. Heath McKercher tried to tap it on in front of himself. wasn't quite clean enough. Rash though comes to mop up, kicks up, awkwardly bouncing ball, maybe a chance still for Hadfield. Oliveri's over the footy. What can he do with it? The umpire says he got one high, free kick to him. Needs to move it on, he's probably still too far out to score. Goes up towards John Kalidis, and also there was Polizzi, he couldn't quite take it. And now suddenly Roxburgh Park mop up and Margheriti can clear defence up towards Capuano with a beautiful kick.
Capuano, half-back flank. He's played well today. He's kicked 3 goals for Roxburgh Park. Plays on. They're now on the scoreboard side of the ground. Omagrosso will run. He's had that wing to himself. Sends the ball inside 50. And cut off there by Hadfield. And that man there, Robertson, just jumping in front, taking the mark. Send it long. And Rash, who's played all right in this third quarter, couldn't quite hold the mark. And Roxburgh Park once again will try and get the clearance, but Rash gets the smother. Boundary throw in front of Roxburgh Park's bench. We've travelled about 15 and a half minutes into this third quarter.
So boundary throw in, 20 points at the margin. You feel that Roxburgh Park, there's no such thing as a safe lead going into this final quarter. They'll want to continue to capitalise on this good quarter that they've had. They've kicked 3-3. Hadfield haven't scored in it, and as Pozza said, we've travelled about 16 minutes. Another stoppage. Jambo, what do you do if you're in the Hadfield coaching box, or if you're rusher out on the field at the moment?
Well, I mean, they've got to look at their disposal. They've got to look at, Roxburgh Park are hunting the man, and they're out here now. So
Polizzi goes up towards the top of the square. Gray tries to slip out the back. Great work on the last line of defence there, and now it's Roxburgh Park that can mop up through Demeski. He goes with the wide switch kick, and that was really good stuff there. Didn't see the defender. Casa, though, meantime, out of trouble. Not a great kick. Perry tried to take them on. He's wrapped up the big fella holding the ball. Roxburgh Park applying the pressure.
Well, Ruckman, they really shouldn't be running with the ball. Just give it off to the smaller running players, because that's what will happen. Tackled, holding the ball. Roxburgh Park with the free kick, send it forward. Walker will contest. Taken down, could have gotten a free kick. Umpire called play on, and the ball will go over the line for a boundary throw-in right in front of the scoreboard. It is a 20-point lead to Roxburgh Park. We're about halfway through this third quarter as the boundary throws the ball in, and Hadfield will get the clearance. Margheriti, though, will take it. He'll run through about 3 or 4 of them, and then Walker will stick 1 mid out and take the mark. He'll go back and try and slot his third. It'll be his third shot on goal this quarter. Hasn't kicked one since the opening quarter. He's about 25 to 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and this will go and put Roxburgh Park 26 points clear of Hadfield.
Just his work rate this quarter. He's he's getting manhandled, but he's just working up and down the field to present an option, and hopefully he can go back and nail this one.
Jaden Walker, in he comes for his third of the afternoon. It's high, it's straight as well. Roxburgh Park are 26 points clear of Hadfield, and Jaden Walker has kicked his third of the afternoon.
Those scores 9-4, 58. Roxburgh Park leading Hadfield 4-8-32.
Well, what a last quarter we're in for here. Roxburgh Park, it's amazing how they play this ground. It's the type of ground that you come to, and if you win the toss, you choose to kick into the wind first. I think it's just amazing how it is one game style up the hill and a different game style down the hill, and suddenly the home side is adrift. Merry wins the tap down, as he's done on so many occasions. This time Hadfield with a meaningful clearance though. Razil inside 50. Oliveri let it bounce in front of himself. Then coming through is Inzilo. Well tackled. Got it back to Oliveri. Shrugged an opponent. Got around another. Dribble one towards goal, and it rolled through. Great work, Oliveri. Hadfield with the instant response.
They'd be disappointed with that, Roxy. That just all the hard work they've done for the whole quarter, that was just too easy.
5-8-38 now for Hadfield. They still trail Roxburgh Park 9-4-58. No margin, 20 points with about 18 minutes and a half played.
So guys, where do you think we're at the moment? Do you think Hadfield will come back from here?
Yeah.
They're still playing good football, but it's just their turnovers that are killing them.
Yeah, I don't think 20 points is enough for Roxburgh Park to put the cue in the rack almost in the last quarter. They need to get another 2 or 3 unanswered goals for Hadfield as they go forward through Robertson now inside 50, and Roxburgh Park spoiled each other on that occasion. No talk. Hadfield now looking to get that second goal of the quarter, sent forward there by Rassile and tackled immediately, and a ball up about 25 metres out directly in front in Hadfield's forward 50.
Yeah, I do remember from that first game, I think Roxburgh Park were about 3 goals up at three-quarter time, and Hadfield stormed home, winning by 16 points in the end, so definitely not job done for Roxburgh Park yet.
Short kicked it out only as far as Razil, who went with the centering kick in towards the corridor. Vakal burnt his opponent, squares things up. It's an interesting kick, almost too hot there for Alex Kalinas, who's got a goal to his name today, but he's well wrapped up straight away. And a ball up inside 50 here for Hadfield, who are trailing this one by an even 20 points. It is at 5-8-38 to 9-4-58, or is it 14 points? We'll get back to that soon. Vokal goes inside 50. McKinnon tried to take a strong mark. Oliveri at ground level. Rush there. He got the handball back. Was he infringed? Umpire says no. Roxburgh Park just about out of trouble now, and just about with some space to work with for McCullough. He kicks up towards the wing. No mark is taken by Demich. Hit the ground running though. Kick the ball inside 50. Where's Walker? He's out the back. He just about took the mark. It came off hands. Margariti's going to kick it up and kick a goal. There he is. James Margariti goals. Roxburgh Park extend. Well done, Margariti.
Great Rovers goal there, and we'll know what Dave will be ordering tonight from the pizza shop. I'll have a large Margariti, thanks.
Lead out to 26 points now. Roxburgh Park 10-4-64, leading Hadfield 5-8-38. Travis Postonowski, your thoughts?
It was a great play there. He, like Jimbo said, perfect Rovers goal. He stayed down, the pack went up, he knew exactly where the ball was going to fall and just roved it beautifully, running to the open goal. Back to 26 points for Roxburgh Park. We've travelled about 21 and a half minutes into this third quarter as Mary and McAuliffe do the ruck work. Mary grabbed it and handballed it on his way down. Hadfield now looking to get the clearance, and they do. They should be able to get inside 50 from this clearance, and Hadfield now will kick it along the ground, and the ball will trickle out of bounds about 35 metres out from Hadfield's goal. 26 points adrift of Roxburgh Park. Only 5 goals for the afternoon so far. Some inaccurate kicking in that second quarter by Hadfield, and Roxburgh Park have held strong from the very first bounce. Ball thrown in. Roxburgh Park will get the hit out and the clearance. Send it wide. Capuano, he's been very good today. Margariti overran it, got the hand. Capuano just stuck one hand out, got the handball off, and now Margariti's going to have to sit under one from McKercher, and he spoiled instead, and the umpire's called high. Not 100% sure about that. McKercher will have to come back over his mark. He can't just play on 10 metres up from where the free kick was given.
Quickly, we've got that half-time score finally from Premier Division, West Coburg and Avondale Heights. It's Avondale Heights leading 13-5-38 to West Coburg's 3-5-35.
So McKercher sends it long to Mary, and 2 Roxburgh Park players will spoil. Capuano will rove it and get the handball out, and the ball taken over the line there. Well, the umpire, he's put his arm up to say it's out, and then hasn't blown his whistle, and now the ball's out 30 metres up from where we thought it was out.
Claire Varley has been over at the Roxburgh Park bench. Claire, what did you find out?
Over there, it seems that they're feeling pretty confident about the way the game is going. At one point, they joked that Rush is one of their best players because they seem to think that their defence really from Hadfield isn't very good at the moment.
Very interesting to have a dig at the opposition coach during the game. Great insight there from Claire Varley. Meantime, Walker pushed up the ground, forced to defend, does very well, swings onto the left foot, awkward kicking style but gains distance. Margariti got front position, brought it to ground, and now forces it out of play. Boundary throw in centre wing right in front of the Hadfield bench.
And McKercher there just on his haunches, looking a bit sore. Not too sure if he's actually on the bench or he's still in play, but the boundary throw in right on centre wing. McAuliffe got the hit out, and Roxburgh Park looking to get the clearance through to Mesh. He's still following it up, but Hadfield will finally get it out, and Demesh again, a great tackle there on Nazra, held it up, and right in front of the commentary booth, about 70 metres out from Roxburgh Park's goal, will have a ball up.
Just to recap those scores, it's still Roxburgh Park leading 10-4-64 to Hadfield 5-8-38.
26 points the margin. Hadfield trying desperately to snare a late one here as they work it by hands up the wing. A chain of handballs ends with Vocal, who runs his full measure. McCullough chases him. Just managed to squirt one away in time. Inzilo copped a bad bounce. It still might work out. Now a chance for the coach. Rushed and missed. And that's disappointment for Hadfield.
Perfect opportunity there for Hadfield to get that goal back and bring it back to a 20-point deficit. But Roxburgh Park, they'll get the kick in, and it'll be Demeski who'll take it. Still in the defensive 50. Sends it wide and finds Short, who takes it on the bounce. Runs around on his right, and a quick kick in over the top though. Didn't hit the target. Nazra will gather, and he misses the target. Short just kicks it off the ground. He's got 3 to beat here. Borg will run at it, gather, and send it long to the forward flank. Up goes Robertson, it was. He couldn't quite take it, and sitting in the hole there for Roxburgh Park. They have taken the mark, and I believe that is McKinnon, I think, that may have taken that mark, and he'll send it over and switch play, but hit a Hadfield player on the chest about 70 metres out.
Gray wheels around, kicks inside 50 with a spearing ball, and it's good. Sam Bassi takes the mark, and he can go back and kick a really important late goal here for Hadfield and just steady the ship at the moment. The margin at the moment is 25 points. This to bring it back to 19 points. In comes Bassi from about 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. It's very close to the right-hand point post, but it goes to the left of it, and it's a goal to Hadfield. A very important late goal, and it goes to Sam Bassi.
Yeah, that margin back to 19 points, very dangerous margin for Roxburgh Park. Hadfield might finish strongly, but at the moment the score stands at Roxburgh Park 10-4-64, leading Hadfield at 6-9-45.
Claire Varley's just got an insight for us on the boundary.
Hadfield have received another blow with Heath McCarthy coming off with an injured left hand. He looks to be in a real great deal of pain and is receiving treatment from the trainers as we speak.
And that occurred in that spray with Margheriti just a couple of minutes ago. Hadfield looking to get the clearance. Sheeny went down, couldn't gather, and there are players all around it. They'll eventually get it out. No, they won't. Hadfield, he's been held on to surely, and he gets the free kick for it. So Roxburgh Park now looking to go forward. It's Margheriti that has it inside the centre square. It's long. Capuano is going to sit under it. Go up uncontested. Couldn't quite take the mark. Comes down, and Hadfield will run it out and just kick it towards the boundary line. And it won't trickle over because it'll be Inzillo that will get to it first. In front of him was Austin. They'll hold him up on the wing in front of the Hadfield bench. Inzillo gathers, sends it back inside the centre square. Good centering kick. And he finds Colias, sends it long inside 50, but sitting under it there, I think, was Blackley, and he'll take the mark for Roxburgh Park in defence.
I think Hadfield now have they know the game's on the line, they have to pull something out. They just seem to be going a bit harder now. And, Roxburgh Park have just got to weather this storm.
Nido from inside the centre square, kicks up towards centre half forward. Walker had about 3 to beat. In the end, couldn't quite beat any of them. Sam Nazra kicks in towards the centre circle. Ball punched forward for Roxburgh Park. Demech did well to gather the loose footy and then coughed it up. And now it's Nazra, that's Nader Nazra, that kicks up towards half forward for Hadfield, but it's just in dispute close to the boundary line, and Razil sees that one go out of play. Margin is 19 points. We're ticking towards the 30-minute mark of this quarter. We've travelled about 28 and a half minutes, I should say, in this third term, as this one's about to be brought back into play. Sheeny won the tap down convincingly, and then they all pile in, and another ball up probably 10 metres forward of centre wing for Roxburgh Park.
So Roxburgh Park, they'll want to get one late goal, send it back out to more than 4 goals for Hadfield in that last quarter. Won't get the clearance, they'll get tackled immediately, and it'll be another ball up in that same position, about 70 out from Roxburgh Park's goal. As Dave said, we're about 29 minutes into this third quarter. Numbers all around it. Roxburgh Park through. Omagrosso will run it. He'll take a bounce. He'll run to 60. It's a wobbly punt inside 50. Capuano stuck one hand out. Gathered. And a siren has sounded just as he picked the ball up and was about to swing onto his right. And Adam Adam Russell at 3/4 time. Those scores are
Roxburgh Park leading by 19 points, 10-4-64 to Hadfield's 6-9-45. Capuano with the free, Jaden Walker's kick 3, and
tackles, and if they can get to 85 in this quarter, they will win the game.
Yeah, huge stuff there. Great stuff from you, Claire. And obviously physicality is going to be very much a focal point for Roxburgh Park, and they'll need to be physical with this Hadfield side if there's any chance of winning this game. They're going to be kicking it to the side that has been fundamentally not the scoring end this match, and it is an uphill task for them. But all the spectators are just about off the field, and we are just about right for a start. Here's Pozza with the start of the final term.
30 minutes left. Roxburgh Park 19 points clear of the undefeated Hadfield. Merry goes up, wins the tap out as he's done all day quite easily, and Hadfield will go forward inside 50 first, and Robertson will take the mark 50 metres out, swings onto his left, centres the ball. It's a wobbly punt. Olivero over the top, couldn't take the mark. Rush runs onto it, and on his right, I think he's put that one, no, not out of bounds on the floor. It's gone through further behind, and back to an even 3 goals, Adam.
yeah, so the first score of that fourth quarter, it is...
Just finding the score here is Sprouts. He's got a lot of things on the go. He's done very well today.
I can go with it if you don't have it.
No, I've got it.
Got
It's 6-10-46 Hadfield trailing Roxburgh Park 10-4-64. That margin 18 points.
So Roxburgh Park to bring this one in, and it's a long, deep kick up towards the target there, and McAuliffe did everything but come down with the mark, and now a chance for him to mop up at ground level. Can't quite gather, almost kicked it just about on the full. He was about half a centimetre from the boundary umpire's face, eyed him off and said, "Don't you dare, do not dare play out of bounds on the full," and he didn't. Boundary throw-in.
Boundary throwing right in front of the commentary booth. Merry and McAuliffe. McAuliffe probably won that tap. Came down to Walker. Couldn't get him. Merry on his hands and on his knees, got the handball out to Colitis. Then cut off there by short, and he's tackled by Merry. And the umpire will say, no prior opportunity. Let's throw it up. Merry not happy. He'll have to go up and contest the ruck work. Just bumps McAuliffe out of the way. Gets the kick. It's partially smothered. Great work there by Hadfield. And Roxburgh Park now, though, we'll get a free kick for too high, and I think they're claiming that he ducked, but that will be short. That will get the free kick inside the defensive 50 for Roxburgh Park.
Half time, 3/4 time in Premier Division. It's Keilor leading Strathmore 10-5-65 to Strathmore 7-6-48.
Short with a bit of Candyman stuff, and then kicked up to the wing, and then it's cut off by Raziel. So Hadfield applying the pressure early in this in this final term, I should say. Good kick inside 50, and the mark is taken, and a chance to kick on goal. We've got the perfect angle from right behind, and it's going to be a shot on goal coming up for Dowsett. He's going to kick from just inside the 50, angle probably 10 metres in from the boundary line. This would really ignite Hadfield if he can kick the opening goal of the final quarter. It's a pretty good drop punt, but it's well to the left in the end, and just a minus score. 6:11 plays, 10-4, and 1 minute 30 played in the final term.
17 points. Hadfield are down by Roxburgh Park. They've played well all day. We've travelled almost 2 minutes into this final quarter. Roxburgh Park will just go short, and he'll find his teammate there, still inside the defensive 50. That's Hopkinson. Gets around his opponent, and now out to the outer side of the ground to a one-on-one. Too strong there by Hadfield. Plays on, centres the ball to Colitis. Over his head, Omogrosso ran onto it, overran it. Couldn't get boot to ball, and Roxburgh Park still get the kick away through Stone. Send it forward. They're inside their forward 50. Great tackle there by Demesh. And now Omogrosso, he kept running. He slipped over, got back up again, kicked it off the ground once again, and Walker on the ground, gets up, kicks it along, and Roxburgh Park, they kick the first of the last quarter, and they move to 11-4-70. They lead Roxburgh Park 6-11-47. Handy goal there for Roxburgh Park.
That is a super handy goal, Pozzo, and well called by you. Walker has 4, and it is Roxburgh Park that are in control. The Chief has walked into the caravan, and he is just keeping an eye on things. He might have a chat with us very shortly. Adam Russell, you got any more scores coming in from around the grounds?
Yeah, just running through some Division 2 scores now. 3/4 time, Jacana still with a massive lead, 13-9-87, leading Moonee Valley. 5-5-35, Coburg District's Burnside Heights. We know it's the game we finished quite early. Coburg District's getting the chocolates there, 28-10, 178 to Burnside Heights. 2-5-17, Keilor Park trailing East Sunbury still. East Sunbury leading 9-8-62 to Keilor Park, 7-7-49. And of course our game here, it's EDFL's match of the day. It's Roxburgh Park leading 11-4-70 to Hadfield's 6-11-47, and we've travelled 3.5 minutes into this fourth quarter. Dave Kennedy.
Great stuff, Sprouts. Ball to be brought back into play at half forward, or just forward of centre wing here for Hadfield in front of the Roxburgh Park coaching staff. Ferris Merry won the tap down, only as far as Domeski though, and now a chance for McAuliffe. He streams away from that contest and kicks up towards half forward. No one able to take the mark. It comes off hands. Maybe a chance here at ground level. Margariti might have the sleeves back on out there. Can't quite see that far, guys. Out on the far side of the ground. It's not him. I can see him in the foreground. Might have been McAuliffe again. And it is a ball up at half forward for Roxburgh Park, who are leading this quarter, and they're kicking to the non-scoring end.
Good early goal for Roxburgh Park. They needed it. If they're going to go on and win this game, they'll go forward. But a wild kick there, and it's out on the full. Hadfield will get the free kick. They're inside defensive 50. They trail by 23 points at the start of this final quarter. And they'll look around. They'll go in short and find Rasil, still inside defensive 50. The switch is on. He'll send it wide. It's a dangerous kick, but it might not work because he dropped the mark. Gathered, played on, inside 50, and then Austin goes back with the flight of the ball and takes a very courageous mark in front of Oliveri. He'll play on and send it wide. And now, on the way there, finds Omagrossi, who swings around onto the right. He's been very good today, running off half-back. Margariti looking to rove the ball, tackled his opponent without it, and he'll get the free kick. And Hadfield, they'll take the advantage, send it along. Naidu will come in for the spoil. He does that, and then picked up by Dowsett, gets a quick kick out, and now Polizzi sends it forward. Sheeny contested, couldn't mark it, and the ball will roll out of bounds for a boundary throw in 15 metres round from Hadfield's goal.
Ball in a dangerous spot here, and Hadfield really need to start capitalising on their inside 50 entries. They are well behind at the moment. What's the margin at the moment, Sprouts?
23 points with 6 minutes played. 23
points. Can they find a goal from this stoppage? Sheeny took it out of the ruck, got it out towards Alex Kalidis, feeds it back, now a chance. Sam Nazra tumbles one towards goal and misses to the left-hand side. They've kicked 3 behinds this quarter, and Roxburgh Park have kicked straight. They kicked the 1 goal, so Hadfield just not finding the big sticks at the moment.
We saw this in the second quarter as well. Hadfield, they had all the play early on, and they kicked, I think it was 6 straight behinds in that quarter before they got their first goal. So hopefully not deja vu for them as the ball comes in and long towards the boundary line. Stone looking to run it over, and that's what he does. The boundary throw in 50 metres out from Hadfield's goal.
Just to catch up on those scores once again, we've gone 6.5 minutes. It's still Roxburgh Park leading 11-4-70 to Hadfield's 6-12-48.
Back into play, and Hadfield win the clearance. It's touched off the boot though. Rush. He read it really well, got it off Kalidis, collided, and now the inboard kick is alright. It finds Tui, swings onto the right foot. Can they find a mark? Not quite. Now a chance here. Polizzi at ground level. He's well wrapped up. The umpire says, give it to me, and it is a ball up inside 50 for Hadfield.
So the ball up will take place 30 metres out for Hadfield. Sheeny just bumps his out of the way, takes a wild shot at goal and out on the full. So another reprieve. Roxburgh Park will get the free kick. It'll go to Hopkinson. They have a 24-point lead. 22-point lead in front of Hadfield, and they've played well all day. We've gone about 7.5 minutes into this final quarter. Hopkinson from the boundary. He'll send it long along the line. Outside their defensive 50 now. Pack forms, no one can mark it. Stone, Rose gets a quick kick out. It's high. No one's going to mark it. Wild shot there by Nazra off the ground. And a good tackle. And the umpire will come in and ball it up about 10 metres forward of centre wing for Hadfield. Almost 8 minutes gone in this final quarter.
So boundary throw in centre wing on the ball up I should say, centre wing, Roxburgh Park bench side of the ground, and no one able to get a meaningful clearance. It trickles almost into the interchange bench there on the far side of the ground. The scoreboard at the moment is not quite right. 11-4-70, showing 11-4-72, plays 6-12-48. They've got that right now, is it? 6-12-48 it is. Still in dispute here on the wing, and now Hadfield with a meaningful surge forward. Robertson got up high, couldn't quite come down with it. Sheeney's thereabouts. Roxburgh Park defending so well under pressure. The handball was a little bit wide there on the Grosso, tried to come and clean up as well, and a boundary throw in the result, so it's not out of trouble yet for Roxburgh Park. Hadfield still pressing Pozza.
They are. It's been down there for the last few minutes. Just can't get that goal. Ball comes in. Hadfield. I think he played for the free kick there as Austin tries to run through, but left the ball behind, and a great tackle there by Stone. The umpire will come in, ball it up once again. 30 out from Hadfield's goal. They need to get a goal, and they need to get it now. They're 22 points adrift of Roxburgh Park. They're deep inside their forward 50 as the ball on the ground. That was a throw. Rash runs around, gathers, misses to the near side, and yet again another miss. I think that's their fourth behind of the game, Adam.
Certainly is positive. That brings them up to
quarter, I should say.
6-13-49. Still trailing Roxburgh Park 11-4-70. That margin 21 points.
Sprouts, I want Hadfield's shots on goal accuracy percentage there for the last quarter. You got that for me?
And a 50.
That would be 20%.
20%.
Sorry, no, it would be 0%.
0%. There you go. They have not registered a goal from all those shots, and I think Sheeney has kicked one out on the full as well. So they've had 4 shots that have registered a behind, one that's been kicked out of bounds on the full, and now they've given away 50 from the kick in. Blackley short finds Talzon, who kicks a high ball into the middle. It was a dangerous kick, but they had a loose man there in Austin, and now Austin's going to feed out wide. And look at this, Roxburgh Park just playing a little bit of keepings off, if you don't mind. 10.5 minutes into the final term. McGill now with the long kick down the line. Douse went early, and the mark was just pickpocketed out the back, and it's taken there, and now it's Hadfield that are going to build off half back. Long wobbly kick down the line. Robertson got front position, had it punched away from him, and now a trip surely there for Bassi. Wants to play on, he did. Blackley on the mark. Bassi able to get good penetration on the kick. Oliveri just about. Sheeney couldn't quite get down to it. It spills all the way back. Alex Kalidis with the left foot banana. It's not going to make the distance. Can they find a mark? Not quite through Robertson. And it's punched through. Another behind. 5 behinds this quarter for Hadfield. And they certainly need majors sometime soon.
They do. The golden opportunity there they had, and yet again they miss. And it looks like it'll be Ricky McGill that will bring the ball in for Roxburgh Park. He's going to go long and wide yet again, like they've done all day. Pushed out of it there was McKinnon, and Hadfield now looking to get the reprieve, but ball's gone out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in, 45 metres out from Hadfield's goal. Majority of the play has been in the forward line for Hadfield in this final quarter, but they haven't been able to get that goal. They still trail by 23 points. Is it
20 points.
20 points. I'm looking at the scoreboard. I'll stop looking at it because it's not right. Sheeney just picks it out of the ruck and then kicks it backwards instead of forwards. Margariti gathers, kicks it forward to a 3-on-1. Mary gathers, juggles it, eventually gets the handball out, and now Hadfield back inside 50. And a good mark there by Stone, but going back with the flight of the ball, he'll take a great defensive mark and look to reset Roxburgh Park over towards the scoreboard. He was kicking it towards Demeski, and he's kicked it over his head far too high, far too wide, and it's a free kick to Hadfield for out on the full.
Wow. Big turnover there in Zillow to take the free kick. He's right up against the boundary line after the ball went out of bounds on the full. And he's a right footer. Centering kick. Sheeney stands underneath. And the man Mountain takes a towering mark. Sheeney can go back and finally register a goal for Hadfield with a straight kick from 40 metres out directly in front.
He's actually played all right today. Hasn't been getting a lot of possessions, but when he's gone in the ruck, he's played well, and he's been a target up forward, and finally clunked one.
Glenn Sheeny. Can he kick it straight? You bet he can! Sheeny goals! Hadfield still in this game, very much so.
That brings them up to 7-14-56 to Roxburgh Park, 11-4-70 the margin, 14 points. We played 13 minutes here, so still definitely doable, Dave Kennedy.
Certainly doable. What's that margin? 14 points, you say?
Yes.
There you go. Well, more than doable. Hadfield can certainly get back in there with a couple of quick goals. We've travelled 13 and a half minutes in the final term. There's plenty of time for both sides. And Roxburgh Park, you still feel like there's no such thing as a safe lead for them when you've got the ladder leaders in pursuit.
Back in the middle, Mary and McAuliffe will do the ruck work. They've been going at it all day, and Mary once again gets the hit out. Pack forms on the ground, and the umpire will come in and ball it up once again. Still in the centre of the ground, throws it up. Mary, too strong, just picks it up, gets the handball forward. No one can gather, and Roxburgh Park, they got the numbers, but they weren't talking. They were both shepherding, and Hadfield, they came in and just gathered it and tackled immediately right at true centre half forward here for Hadfield. It is a 14-point lead to Roxburgh Park as the ball goes up once again, and Mary reaches over the top, gets a quick kick out now, and Rash, he played in front, he took it on the chest, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal for his third and get this back down to single-figure margin. He's 35 metres out directly in front. He's had about 5 shots on goal today. He's kicked 2. I think he's missed 2 and kicked 1 out on the full. This one he should get. Distance won't be a problem. It's all about the accuracy. In he comes, sends it, it's wobbling, and it's wobbling wide. Once again, he has missed it. And Adam Russell, that brings the scoreboard to
7-15-57 to Roxburgh Park's 11-4-70. So margin 13 points. Really tight contest here.
Ball comes back in. McGill will take the mark. Inside defensive 50 as his teammates spread along the wing. Should be able to outmark him here, and he does. McKinnon, he's just far too big, far too tall to be playing on Gray. He sends the ball wide, and McAuliffe, he'll take the mark right on the line. He'll look to swing around on his left. Umpire calls play on Mary, chases in McAuliffe, a bit too nimble, runs around, sends the ball long. They're almost inside forward 50. Kerslake gathered, lost it, bumped off the ball. Capuano, he's hanging around, can't get the ball, and now Margheriti came in, sent it on his left, inside 50. He's found a target. I'm not too sure who's got it. It's Short that has it, and he will have a shot on goal. He's inside 50.
No, actually, it's Sedgwick.
It was Sedgwick that has it. It was actually Kerslake that had it. I was calling the wrong player the whole time. He played on it. Doesn't matter. The ball's inside the square. Walker along the ground. He's got it somehow. Got it between 3 of them, and that is an instant reply there. Hadfield all play in this final quarter. They've kicked, I think, 4 or 5 behinds, and Roxburgh Park come in and have kicked 2 straight for the quarter.
Jaden Walker notching up his 5th goal there. Very impressive effort by the young man. They're up to 12-4-76. Roxburgh Park leading Hadfield 7-15-57. That margin back out to 19 points.
So Roxburgh Park, they just persisted in that play there, and eventually got the goal through Jaden Walker, who's kicked his 5th.
So back in the middle of the ground, suddenly Hadfield with all the work to do against the run of play. And look at this, Roxburgh Park, they're just about to win the centre clearance. You'd feel free kick is going Kerslake's way, and he's been given the free kick for contact below the knees. Ferris Mary not happy about it, but the free kick was definitely there. Kerslake goes wide, a bouncing ball. I think there might have been a bit of mud on the footy there after it just hit the ground there. In the end, Inzilo, he's wrapped up. They're under immense pressure here. Hadfield now forced to kick and now forced to come back with the flight is Mary, but Stone stood underneath it and gives us a chance to go down to Claire Varley on the boundary line.
Look, I wish I could bring you exciting updates from the Hadfield bench, but it is very silent down there. I feel like they're really feeling the pressure and they're kind of shutting down. Even the supporters, who were very loud and rowdy in that first half, have really quietened down in this quarter.
Very interesting stuff there. Well, they need a lift. They need someone to give them a lift, whether it's the crowd, whether it's the coaching staff, whether it's the players. Someone needs to give them a lift. Hadfield, what can they do from this clearance? They'll leave it behind. It gives Margariti a chance to go inside 50 with a spearing ball. Umpire pays a free kick to Tom Dowse, and he's kicked a goal in the third term. He's probably too far out to score on this occasion. Where are the leads? The forwards want it long. Walker points towards the goals. Tom Dowse, he's going to let a high ball inside 50. Walker flies! Almost came down with it. It comes off hands, and then it's locked up. Oh, that was almost the ball game if Walker took the mark and went back.
He was close to it. I think if he put his arms out, he probably would have had it. He went the chest mark, but he made the contest, and that's what matters. Ball up inside Roxburgh Park's forward 50. They'll want to get another one here just to make things really difficult for Hadfield, but Hadfield will get the clearance out. Although it's been cut off by Demeski, he's tackled, slips over, gets back up, gets the handball out to Kerslake. He'll handball it backwards. Roxburgh Park, they've got the numbers, but do they have the skill to get the ball out? Stone hanging around, waiting for it. It's not going to come out, and the umpire will ball it up. We're on centre wing here. In fact, he's pulled a free kick and 50.
And that is just an absolute lack of discipline. And that's 100, I think. That's
he's done a double 50. That will take him to the goal line. It'll be Demeski, sorry, that will kick the goal, and this will make it, I won't say impossible for Hadfield, but it will make it extremely difficult.
This will extend the margin back out to 25 points with 19 minutes played. Almost the icing on the cake here for Roxburgh.
They'll have about 10 minutes to kick 5 goals as Demeski comes in, kicks the goal, and Roxburgh Park are on their way to beating the undefeated Hadfield here at Lakeside Oval.
Just looking at the Hadfield bench, someone's given away a 100-metre penalty and no one's come off. So there is a serious lack of discipline there. The free kick, the initial free kick, I think was for getting the ball and throwing it on the ground.
Yep.
And I believe the perpetrator was John Kalidas, and I can see him just wandering in the centre of the ground there. So really disappointing from Hadfield. The ladder leaders maybe de-perched, not physically from the top of the ladder, but metaphorically after this, because Roxburgh Park extend the lead.
Yeah, they lead now 25 points. They lead 13-4, 82 to Hadfield 7-5, 57.
And it's Roxburgh Park going forward once again. Demitch got the handball and then maybe got one in the back. Umpire says no, play on. Now Gray's over the footy. He got one high, and the umpire says play on and ball up. So a ball up at centre half forward here for Roxburgh Park. Who was the last goal kicker there, guys? Was Demeski, was it?
Demeski was the one that kicked it. Sheeny bumped his player out of the way, got the clearance now, and great play there by Stone. He slid along the mud, saved the day because Hadfield were away. A good bump, and now Hadfield, they'll try and pick it up and go inside 50. They'll get it forward, and the race is on, but the boundary line will beat them both. Right in front of the scoreboard that shows Roxburgh Park leading by 25 points. Deep into this final quarter, gone almost 21 minutes. Hadfield undefeated coming in, but Roxburgh Park playing great all day. They'll get the clearance out here. Quick handball to Messi, gathers, needs to get rid of it, quickly gets the handball away, misses the target, and will bounce over the line right in front of their bench, and it'll be a very happy bench as well, the way they've been playing today.
What a display it's been. Sheeny with the big punch forward. Robertson ran onto it, wobbled one inside 50, and then a diving mark is taken the last line of defence by Blackley. Guys, we need to we need to work out who's going to be our player of the day as well, as Blackley goes short to Margariti. There's been a number of players. We'll have a look in the post-game at some of those players. Margariti's kick goes out of bounds on the full, but let's just keep an eye on them. This game certainly not over, and there is tension building.
Free kick's been paid, it looks like.
Something going on off the ball. I saw Nido getting up to his feet, and it looks like the free kick has been reversed, and Roxburgh Park are going to have the free kick at centre half back.
Yeah, Stone got dropped, and I think he's the one that will be receiving the free kick. He is. And so just undisciplined there yet again by Hadfield, as Stone sends it wide to Walker, crashes the pack, forced a contest. Hadfield, 4 of them just stared at the ball on the ground. Eventually one of them went and got it, ran through the pack, got the handball out. Great tackle there by Demesh, and umpire will ball it up about 10 metres forward of centre wing on the scoreboard side of the ground.
We do some around the ground scores at 3/4 time. They are all up on our Facebook and Twitter pages if you want to check that out. But in Premier Division, we've got West Coburg trailing Avondale Heights 7-9-51 to the Heights 16-6-102. As a bit of a tussle starts, Dave Kennedy.
It certainly does. Ben Stone got one for in the back, and then he was floored once again, and players coming in. The game is being filmed here, and there'll be a little bit maybe looked at. Nothing too bad going on at the moment. It's on the far side of the ground though, and players milling around the footy. But the main outcome from this is not going to be the players suspended. It's the fact that Roxburgh Park have been the Division 2 side to break through and beat Hadfield, and a lot of that has come off the great work from that man that just kicked at Ben Stone. He's been really good in their defensive half, and he finds Mitch, and there's still stuff going on, and there's another free kick downfield for Roxburgh Park, and things starting to get ugly for the visitors. Well, it's all happening, and eventually I think Omar Grosso is the man that has ended up with the footy. Sheeney's going to stand the mark 45 out from goal. He's hard up against the boundary line, Omar Grosso. We've seen him kick 2 goals today. Both of them were very good goals, particularly that first one, but nothing's beyond him. In he comes. Omar Grosso improves the margin. Wobbly kick, not going to make the distance. What can they find at ground level? Who can they find at ground level? In the end, they find Capuano, but he kicks it out of bounds on the full, so no change to the score.
That margin's still 25 points. Roxburgh Park leading 13-4-82 to Hadfield's 7-15-57.
And once again, some undisciplined work there by Hadfield. It's cost them dearly today. They've coughed up a couple of goals due to it, and some down the field free kicks. Borg will bring the ball in, send it long, outside 50. It'll be Dowse that'll go up, couldn't take the mark, and now Hadfield get the clearing ball along the wing. Austin, he charged at it, couldn't take the mark, followed up, still couldn't gather the ball, and Hadfield once again will run away with it. They'll send him forward, but Nido just standing there, unopposed. Send it back inside centre square to Blackley, who the switch is on. It's not a good kick though, but Roxburgh Park will get the clearance away through Casa, and along the wing, Omagrosso breaks the tackle, kicks the ball along the ground, and follow it up again, can't gather, and Hadfield now along the wing, looking for the boundary line. He might find it before Roxburgh Park do. He doesn't, because the ball stayed in. It must have been bounced along the line there. Breaks a tackle, gets a handball away, and now all the way back to Hopkinson inside the defensive 50. Nido will take the mark right on the 50-metre arc.
Claire Varley's on the boundary line. Claire, any insight once again?
It is a very dejected looking Hadfield over on the bench. Some could say that they look as though they have given up. There are some players even just sitting in the mud. They're not even standing up or paying much attention. Notably, Heath McKercher is out, and I've had a look at his hand, and it is quite swollen and red, and looks like there could be something pretty serious going on there.
Not good for McKercher, not good for Hadfield, and that is disappointing for them. They're going forward though. Can they find a late goal? Ferris Mary waited for it, and then it bounced past him, and Hopkinson saw it out of play. Little kick into the fence there, and it just illustrates the frustration that Claire Varley portrayed from the Hadfield bench just then. A boundary throw in, and it is Roxburgh Park that are pretty much pretty much destined now to win this one. The margin's still yet to be determined. 25 points adrift. Gray tries to come through. He's tried hard all day. The little fella there, Gray, but he's wrapped up and brought to a standstill. Ball up, 45 metres out from goal.
So still a little bit going on off the ball, but the umpire throws it up. Mary goes up, gets the hit out. Kerslake will run onto it, can't gather. Umpire blows his whistle and says free kick to Kerslake for a high tackle. So they've been first to the ball all day. They've been getting these free kicks, and Kerslake will send it wide. Dangerous kick once again, and Dimesh puts his head down, gets the handball out, and the boundary line beats all comers right in front of Roxburgh Park's bench. It is a 25-point lead to Roxburgh Park. We've travelled 27 minutes into this final quarter as Hadfield get the hit out inside 50. They all overrun the ball, and once again it's left up to McKinnon. Break free there, and a long ball sent along the wing, and it's Casa that will gather. Omagrosso Can't get it, but tackled, and there's a siren, and finally someone has defeated Hadfield, their first loss of the year, and it'll come to Roxburgh Park. Adam Russell, the final score.
13-4, 82. Roxburgh Park defeating Hadfield 7-15-57. A 3-goal to 1 last quarter to Roxburgh Park.
Jubilation for the home side.